Still a work in progress.
He is.
Cruiser deflects it down. Embley stood up in a tackle. Comes back to him. Hurried kick inside the 50. It'll run out of bounds. 52 metres from goal.
So I like the speed of this back line of Carlton's. Jamison's quick. Walker's quick. Russell's quick. Gibbs is quick. And they've got Scotland back there as well. All players capable of beating their direct opponent to the ball.
Cruiser does that against Naitanui. Then finds it on the ground. Embley. Hearn. Hand passes towards the pocket. Well done by Scotland. He's having a stellar season. Carazzo heard the voice, went to Cruiser. Cruiser back to Scotland, ran into Waters. Now they're under pressure. Carazzo again. Scotland creates some space this time and goes back. Walker across the goal face. Jamison.
Got Thornton free here if they can move the ball quickly enough down the line.
Russell in short. They're going to keep it short to Brown. That was better a minute ago by West Coast, though. Some defensive forward tackling pressure. Good mark. Murphy, what a fine player he is. Lots of the ball today. He's probably been down the last couple. He wasn't great in Adelaide.
He gets heavily tagged, though, week in, week out, Bruce. He's got to work hard for his possessions.
Well, he was getting the Judd tag, wasn't he? So here's Robinson. He's going to go away. Well, it's a terrible kick in the end. He might get away with this. Jamison to Walker. And then Walker trying to hit a target. That's a poor kick too. Schofield probably should have taken the mark. Got down low. He's a bit lucky to get the free. He was in the...
Will Schofield.
He was in the down motion early. Now uses Selwood. And Selwood's kick. Good one.
That's a good kick.
Well, Waters decides to quickly play on. And Cox strolls in and laconically kicks a goal. And suddenly the scoreboard closes up.
You called it well, Bruce. The last couple of minutes have been really good for the West Coast Eagles. They stopped Carlton from being able to rebound from half-back. They locked them down. They forced them to change direction. And then they were able to push their defence up the ground too and then get this scoring opportunity. But the last couple of times they've gone forward, they've actually been able to find that kick. That's the one that's been letting them down. That last kick from outside, they're attacking 50. Inside, they're attacking 50. Good play from the Eagles.
The big guy gets the goal, 5-8-4-2. In the last 25 minutes, Carlton won 7. West Coast Eagles 3-1. That's the story of the game. Naitanui will do the rucking here. So the margin just 12 points now. Naitanui goes up, wins it down decisively to Selwood. Finds his way through, hooks it towards half forward. Going back, Gibbs stayed on his feet again. Waters went to ground. The boundary line, though, was too close. And it will be thrown in.
I think Nikoski might be playing that role that Richo talked about before, that defensive forward on Walker. Now, we know that he did start his footy as a half-back, so he does know the defensive part of the game, Nikoski.
Jacobs wins that one. Swift steps aside for Selwood, who promptly slips over. Did he drag it in? I think he did. Free kick to Carlton.
Thanks, Adam. Straight up, please, Adam. Thank you.
Although Walker is free again now, so...
Well, they put Waters on Gibbs. That's one of the defensive forwards.
So McLean comes short. Walker decides to run through midfield, looking to half forward. Carlton needing a goal. O'Halpin came from behind. Going back with wonderful courage was Butler. Overrunning the ball was Murphy. Still a chance for the Blues. In went Shepherd. Gets a hand pass away. Lynch. And the danger is past. Swift, though. Took a while. Butler fumbles around just outside the 50. Then legged Robinson. No free kick. With the side of the boot, McLean. Chance for Satanta. Oh, well done, McGinnity. Came across on the angle. Thumped it out wide. Going back is Jacobs. Embley in his hip pocket. Embley. Jacobs bearing down. Embley kept it alive. McGinnity can't keep it in.
Well, we've seen some really good football from the Eagles in the last 5 minutes. Their forwards being able to apply defensive pressure, and then their backline holding up under extreme pressure.
Good stuff. Naitanui probably just won it and then collected it. Half a kick out. Simpson to Scotland. Scotland, they found some space. McLean, I think he's gone. Advantage will be paid. Embley decides not to run and bounce. That's a good move because Lynch has got it. Now he's got a panic. He's going to load it up. and give Waters a chance. This will be interesting. Gibbs held his ground. Waters down low. Kennedy had him there. Wasn't high, not paid. Waters again, searching. Shepherd just went the wrong way. Tried to get it back, Shepherd. Gibbs' handball pretty good. McLean brought down. Waters has been important. Kennedy can't quite get a kick. Nikoski can't quite get a kick. Trying to crash through was Hearn. And Judd, yes, Judd comes out with it.
Scotland around the outer side. Hadley, well, the moment has passed, and now Carlton with a blue chip opportunity to score. He runs to 50. O'Halpin, well done there by Wilkes. O'Halpin slips a hand pass through, taken by Betts, and he snaps the goal. Schofield got a hand to it. It wasn't enough. How about that? A chance at one end, a goal at the other.
Well, that ball that Chris Judd won at half-back was so important. That's the one that came out of the contest, and then Scotland was free, and then further on Hadley had just come onto the ground, had run wide to the space, and then it was just a matter of taking care of the footy here. They had plenty of time. That knew he actually put a little bit of pressure. Great closing speed from him. And once again, O'Halpin just doing the right thing with the ball, getting it over to Eddie Betts, and he's a champ at kicking goals from inside 15, Eddie.
And he kicked 5 against the Saints, Eddie, and hasn't kicked a goal in his last 2, so he'll be pleased with that. Against the flow almost, Carlton getting that goal. Judd really leading from the front as he so often does. Priddis so good in the clearances. He's the #1 in the comp. Shepherd had that smothered, so he's had a couple of chances, Shepherd, in the last minute. McGinnity, Selwood got a high one. Embley, little kick wide, well played by Anderson. Lynch's hip and shoulder okay, and the handball's a beauty to Embley. Now Embley's got to find the target. It's a poor kick. It was a...
You know, the thing about that was poor from the West Coast Eagles, because the 3 forwards were actually converging on the same area.
Yep.
And by doing that, they dragged their direct opponents into the space that they were trying to keep open.
Thornton took them, got the free, got it to McLean, who gets it to Gibbs.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
Gibbs coming up for his 13th possession. Short, Brock McLean. He's been a bit rusty today too. It's slow. Gibbs drives it across the ground. Anderson, that's a good mark under pressure. Now a man is free on the outer side wing. You can see him in the distance. Anderson can't get the space back off the man on the mark, but Thornton will use him now.
Rosa gutted the mark really well then.
Yep, very good.
Slowed him down enough. Now that's given all the other players up the ground time to get to their direct opponent.
All about angles. Carazzo's got the ball hard against the boundary line. Kicks to half forward. Judd works in front through his fingertips. McKenzie wheels out of a tackle. McGinnity, an involuntary action. It came back to him. Betts comes in hard. So too does Judd. They'll have a ball up. Umpires hate this, right near the boundary line. McGinnity is a tough son of a gun.
Look at the contested possessions too in the first quarter. 39-27, 25-18 the West Coast Eagles way this quarter, so they've become more aggressive around the ball.
It's felt that way, hasn't it? Shepherd's kick after the Cox tap. Russell, good mark, and then quickly gets it on. Gibbs gets it from Thornton. Normally a lovely kick, Gibbs, that one. Asking a bit of Henderson. He got back quickly enough. Tackle by Swift was good. Hadley brought down by Selwood, and then McLean back to Murphy, back to Jamison. Jamison now Halpin's a chance at the back. McKenzie front spot against the flow. McGinnity, Betts brings him down. Ball has to get out for McGinnity. Should let it out. Well, he'll get away with it. Sometimes you've just got to release it and get the free of your body. Anyway, no free kick. To drag it back in.
They have been paid for less this weekend, I've seen.
Yeah. So this bounce, dangerous situation for the West Coast Eagles. Cox, Razor Ray went to ground. Short one inside the centre square, bounces on for Lacroix, runs into a tackle, threw the boot at it. Gibbs only as far as Joseph. Going in very solidly there was Swift. Hand pass comes across nicely from Gibbs to Joseph. I think advantage was going to be paid. Then he decided to call the jam off, as we used to say in roller derby parlance.
Once again, though, coming off half-back, the West Coast Eagles unable to hit that first target. Lynch coming up the ground, and then the turnover, and now their defence is under pressure again.
It's pretty cutthroat in there. Razor Ray went down. There's the kick inside the forward 50. Embley from behind, two-fisted, gets it out of bounds.
It's the story of the West Coast Eagles, and it has been for the last couple of years, their ability to hit targets around the ground. Coming off half-back, they're the worst in the competition. And then that last one from Fort of the attacking 50 inside the 50, they're ranked 14th in the competition. So at both ends of the ground, they're really struggling.
See, Selwood should be rewarded there.
Adam Selwood.
What a great tackle.
Down to you, Richo.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, Selwood's gone on to Juddy this quarter, and he's done a really good job. Judd's only had the 3 possessions. Most teams don't tag him now. It is working for the Eagles this quarter.